Hi, I've finished an Ed Galley arc that comes out, when I find it, on the 6th of February. And it's a collaboration. It's got, let me just pull it up on here to do this, sort of find a little bit more. It's in a collaboration. You've got Margaret Atwood, you've got Sylvia Day, you've got John Grisham, you've got Emma Donoghue, loads and loads of different authors collaborating with this book. It's not a short story collection in the way that you understand short stories. It isn't. You don't have a title and an author and a title and an author and a title and an author. You know what I mean? Yeah, short stories. It's not. It's a collaboration, and you do not know who is writing which part. There is nothing to say who's writing which part. I mean, I am not so into these authors that I can recognise their writing styles. I'm just not. You might be, but I'm not. So I had no idea which bit is which. And so the idea of the collaboration intrigued me, and the fact that it's set in lockdown. I don't think I've read. I'm trying to think. I was trying to think when I was doing this review. I don't think I've read any lockdown novels. Oh yes, I have. Yes, there was one. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Sarah Moss, the woman who walked up her. Oh, this is going to bug me now. I'll have to put it in the description box down below. There was one lockdown novel that I read, and I can't remember the title or the author, but I know I've read one. Anyway, back to this one. 14 Days, it's called. The title is 14 Days and an Authorised Gathering by Margaret Atwood and others. And what we have is an apartment block in New York. And our main character, I suppose you could call her a main character, is the superintendent. And every evening, her and some of the residents of the flats, they go to the roof to cheer, to clap, to bang saucepans for the health workers. And then they stay there with a drink and socially distanced all around the roof and tell stories and chat and argue and whatever. And each section is headed day 1, day 2, day 3. And in each section, you get 2 or 3 of the residents telling a story, either about their own lives or just a story they've heard, or different things. And so each day you have, within the conversation on the rooftop, 2 or 3 stories. And this is why you don't know who is writing which bit, because it is all woven together. So for me, this did not read like a short story collection as I read short story collections, sort of short story title 1, short story title 2, it didn't read like that. But it was more of a chance to sit and listen to a group of people conversing, telling stories, and sometimes arguing, which is what our superintendent does. She is sitting there recording not only the stories, but she's also recording the number of deaths and the number of cases, which reminds you that we are in this place. And it is a sobering reminder of a time that we all lived through. And although not every one of the residents' stories grabbed my attention, they did, the characters did, as you got to know them over the 14 days, they grew on you. They'd all got nicknames. The superintendent, they've all got nicknames. You got nicknames like Vinegar and Florida and Eurovision, and we never knew the characters, the residents' real names. We only know their nicknames. And so I thought I enjoyed it. It was an original idea, and it was a way of telling short stories that is not conventional. And it's also a reminder of the time when everything went very dark. So pick it up in February when it comes up. Right at the end, it tells you, you've got a list of all the authors and which bits they wrote, so you can flip back and go, oh yeah, so I didn't, but you might want to. So, as I said, comes out on the 6th of February. 14 Days by Margaret Atwood and others. I enjoyed it. I thought it was an original idea. So, happy reading. Take care.